All right, welcome to the IWM Cup Series here on Wednesday night. We're doing a little something different tonight. This is an exhibition as we prepare for the 2026 season. I'm Rick Souza in the booth with Noah Evans. Noah, we are beginning to get that bug, that feeling, that ready to start the year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's the Great American Race, and just about a week away from it. A lot of good drivers, a lot of returning drivers coming back to the series. Obviously, see guys like Ryan Pittman coming back into the series, but a lot of good cars entered in tonight's race. About 14 so far. Guys still getting done with qualifying, but we are getting ready to have one hot night here at the World Center of Racing.
Absolutely. So thanks for tuning in. I know a number of you you're tuning in a little bit early again. This is an exhibition race where qualifying is underway now. We have new graphics, new teams, new drivers, lots of new things happening here. So bear with us. You may see a glitch or two. That's all things happening. Trying to make it right for you as we test out our new broadcast rig and broadcast graphics. So stay tuned, stay with us as we try to pull this together tonight. Qualifying is underway here right now. Just getting a count, 15, 16. About 22 drivers tonight will join us. 15 have qualified so far. Hopefully, again, we'll bring you some more information than we have in the past. We've got some new features in our graphics package that should be able to give us some great information. So, looks like qualifying is officially done. Drivers are going to start getting ready to grid up. And as soon as we have that, as soon as we have some drivers up, we'll bring you that grid. All right, absolutely. All right, so we'll kick it off. We've got a grid for you. We'll show it to you right here.
All right. Go ahead and take a look here. Jeff Narin is on the pole position in the number 27 machine. To his outside is Justin Lewis. Row number 2 is Jordan Fisher and John Ledger in P4 in the number 19 machine. Row number 3 is Austin Collin, the Rockingham native Ty Bostic in the number 22. Row number 4 is Andrew Pileshi and David Watts in the 54. And row number 5 is Pete Woodrum and Todd Merkel. Row number 6 is Jeremy Brown and the pitman Ryan Pittman. Row number 7, William Curran II and Jordan Weaver.
Row number 8 brings you Phil Vandertwick and Zach Lindgren. Row number 9 brings you Jared Wishin and Walker Thomas. And row 10, Aaron Jackson and Nathan Yarnell. Row 11 is Elliott Swope and Greg Stone. And I think that is the end of our grid. That's our grid for tonight. Jeff Narin in the pole position will bring us around in our warm-up lap as we get ready to get this race underway. Again, 50 laps here. Let's bring up our race info, which is probably going to be not exactly correct in our details, but we'll try to bring it to you live here. 1 second. All right, there you go, Noah.
Yeah, so 75 degrees here at Daytona International Speedway tonight, so going to be a little bit of a cooler track than these guys are used to here. About 42% chance of rain. Don't think we'll see any of that tonight. These guys are going to have 4 sets of tires. I doubt they'll use all of them tonight, but we know how strategy can play into Daytona. No fast repairs. You break it, you buy it. 3 green-white checkered attempts. And the fuel window, about 28 to 32 laps. So these guys are going to be trying to save as much as they can. We may even see some guys try to stretch it all the way to the end. I doubt anybody will be able to do that, but we'll see how this fuel window will play into it. Again, a very, very late fuel window. That's more than halfway into the race.
Absolutely. Well, we'll have to double check those numbers too. Again, we're trying to sort things out here and figure these graphics out and verify these things. Again, that's what these exhibition races are for the drivers to get a feel for it. But here up in the broadcast booth, make sure we've got our stuff together. All right, we're keeping our eye on.
Still?
Yep, we're keeping our eye on these drivers as they're getting together here. Man, we've had a couple months off here Noah, and I'm really finally looking forward to getting out there and watching these guys compete.
Oh yeah, I mean it's been a long, dark, cold 6 months since we've been back in the racing season. Even then, it's even better to be back in Florida of all places to be having this race. Really excited to see how this hot weather is going to play into this race, and a lot of good cars up in front. I see Justin Lewis there alongside the number 27 machine of Jeff Narin. Two guys we usually see up front in qualifying here at Super Speedway. So super excited to see how these guys will do it. And I believe it may be 1 to green here.
All right, Jeff Narin is leading this field towards the checkered flag. I mean, towards the green flag. I'm getting ahead of myself here.
Ahead of yourself. Here we go. And welcome to the 2026 IWM Cup Series first green flag of the season. We are underway in Daytona.
All right, Jeff Narin leads this field. As we'll see this field jumble itself up often as these drivers figure out just, is it the low line, is it the high line? What's the best way to get around this track?
Keep an eye out on it. There is the number 7 machine on the outside line of Justin Lewis. To his inside is Jeff Narin. That inside line trying to get a good push there, but they are still door to door going down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Looks like that inside line, big push there from the number 39 machine of Jordan Fisher. That's Andrew Pileshi. The 16 machine, he's going to jump up to the high line, try to get a run going there.
Yeah, 16 moves to the outside, but that line stalls a little bit. Oh, car in the wall, but keeps it pointed in the right direction.
We'll see if we'll have damage from that, but that was definitely a scary moment there for the Columbus, Indiana native of Justin Lewis. Now field getting bunched up here, trying to avoid that slowed number 7. He gets back in the draft and keeps on going.
It's like Greg Stone was in the pits for a minute, but he's back on the track.
He will be the lucky dog more than likely when we go back to green. Keep an eye out. Still up front, it is Jordan Fisher and Jeff Narin up in front for Southern E Motorsports, and Jordan Fisher in the number 39, known by teammates as Fish. We'll see what Jared Wishing can do here. Jordan Fisher, the Fergus Falls native here, trying to make a run up to the front. Now, what you kind of want to do here, what these guys are doing, I don't believe they're running full throttle just yet. You're trying to get that fuel window. You want to extend that as long as you possibly can, but you don't want to get yourself too far out there to where you're the last one coming down pit road.
All right, Jeff Narin continues to lead. That outside line's trying to put some momentum together, led by the 16 of Andrew Pileshi. Got the 18 of Austin Call behind him, trying to give him a little push. One of the factors here that we want to look at is also teammates. Look at your leader, Jeff Narin, with Southern E Motorsports. He's got John Ledger also on his team, and he's in 7th, and Ty Bostic running back in 14th.
These guys trying to give it all they got here. Bostic really wants to get up front to where his buddies are, and if you can get that 3x3x3, if you can get that 1x1x1 draft with all your teammates, that really can help you guys all kind of extend your fuel mileage there. Y'all communicating, and you can just kind of make your run up to the front here. So it'll be interesting to see how Bostic plays this out.
Yeah, looking at the 16th of Andrew Pileshi, also teammates out there on the track with 1320 Enterprises. He's got Justin Lewis sitting back in 8th and Todd Merkel back in 12th.
Merkel trying to make his way up to the front here. They're really spread out now, about 5 positions in between all of them. Let's go ahead and highlight a driver here in the number 87 machine on the inside line, about 2 cars back. That's Pete Woodrum, the 60-year-old here, trying to make a good run here up in front. Always good at super speed. And we got contact. Big wreck in the back. Maybe the big one. Caution flag is out. A lot of cars collected in that one.
Lots of damage there, especially the, I think that's a 28 car. Let's go in with 24 with Philip Vandertwick. He's got some definite damage on that car. But right now, with being an exhibition race, these drivers do have a quick repair or two to get some some repairs done. Also, Jared Wishing was also collected in there. He is currently in the pits trying to get some repairs made.
I think the driver in the thick of that was Ryan Pittman in the 08 machine. He may have the best on board out of anybody here. I almost got collected in that. Looking back at a good run for him.
All right, let's go back and just take a little look at that yellow flag.
See how it all started. I mean, it happened so quick here. So let's see. Almost 4 wide there. 4 wide for about a split second. There's David Watts there. They're 3 wide, 2 cars up top. Let's see.
Trying to get a good. There's some contact right there. The 2 of Merkel is in a season. He's sandwiched there.
Can't really do anything there.
See that 55 down on the apron. That's Nathan Yarnell.
That's kind of where it started there.
There it is.
Ooh.
Lots of damaged race cars there.
And I watched the 08 here. Almost coming into contact. A big hit for the 2 there of Merkel. Sending him spinning.
The 08 of Pittman is also involved. He tries to get around it a little bit.
Ooh. Great car control from him and the 22 of Bostic to get through that there.
All right, first caution.
Yeah, about 6 laps in here. Hopefully that is the only big one we have tonight. But again, it is Daytona. It is doubtful.
Absolutely. All right, we'll see if a number of drivers will probably take the opportunity to come down onto pit road, get any repairs that they would like to make, and a chance to top off on some of that Sunoco fuel.
Yeah, we'll see if anybody will take fuel here. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, it obviously, it can't hurt to top off. We'll see if any of these guys will take it here. See the 54 Watts down pit road as well. There's Pittman, Merkel, Lindgren. A lot of drivers on pit road right now. I think about maybe 10 cars on pit road. I think the 7 of Lewis did not pit. The guy's getting damage fixed up there.
Looking for those drivers who are trying to see the 33 of Elliott Swope. He's typically in the broadcast booth, but tonight looks like he's strapping on his helmet. He's out there tonight. He's also was collected, unfortunately, in that wreck.
Yeah, always good to see an older driver out there. Unfortunate he had to get caught up in that one. Just an innocent bystander, but that usually is how Daytona goes. You can't really decide when that wreck is going to happen, or where you're going to be in that time span. But unfortunate for a lot of good drivers caught up in that one in the back there, just trying to make their way up to the front. But long way to go here in this race, only 7 laps into this 50-lap feature.
Couple of some good facts so far. We've got 2 of the fastest 5 laps. You see Jeff Nairn, your leader, but also up there was Andrew Paleschi, Austin Call, Jordan Fisher, and Pete Woodrum, all posting some extremely fast laps here at Daytona. Your lap leader, pretty simple, just been Jeff Nairn.
Yeah, that draft is really going to help those guys in the back there once we start to kind of get back going here. But these guys really going to just try to stretch their fuel window up in front. We'll see if it'll work. But right now, it is all Jeff Nairn up in front in the 27.
So some biggest movers so far. Of course, we're only 8 laps into this event. You said Aaron Jackson, he's up 7 spots. Jordan Weaver up 6. Zach Lindgren also up 6 with Andrew Paleschi and Elliott Swope both gained 5 positions.
Good run for those guys so far. Paleschi there on the outside of row number 1. See what he will do. Stay on that outside line and keep it on moving. He's with 1320 Enterprises.
Yeah, Andrew's,
second year in the season.
Yeah, Andrew started second, currently second, but started in 7th. So.
Yeah, good run up to the front. And a lot of these 1320 Enterprise guys, in talking with them, a lot of them kind of come from road course backgrounds on here. Paleschi and his team were 2025. 12 Hours of Sebring winners on iRacing. So kind of new territory for these guys coming in here, but always good to see Alessi up in front of in that 1320 team. They were really consistent last year. Couldn't quite put it all together at the end, but they have some really good drivers on that team right now.
All right. Lights are off on top of our pace car. Getting this back underway.
See? Most everybody except a couple cars still on pit road got out of pit road. I think the only cars that are out may be Greg Stone may be the only car out so far, but pretty much everybody back out here.
Yeah, I think Nathan Yarnell also out for some reason. Again, I thought we had some quick repairs, but well, here we go.
Back to green through the United Rentals restart zone. Good jump by Jeff Naren. We'll see if he'll jump to that top side. No commits to the bottom.
So they have not been able to get that outside line to gain together yet, but there's plenty of time. That usually is the fastest line on this track.
Yeah, I haven't quite seen that outside line lead at all tonight. I don't think they've gotten any momentum. You can see there how quickly that momentum just died. We'll see if anybody goes to the top. That usually is what we see. If they know that outside line is starting to fail, they'll jump up there, try to get people going with them. But you can see it just not working for them so far. Trying to grab a couple cars with them.
All right, solid effort here by Jeff Naren and Southern E Motorsports. You know, a number of these teams are actually two teams, so they've got 4 on one and 4 on the other. So you've got 2 of these Southern E Motorsports groups. You've got Jeff Naren, he's got Ty Bostic and Luke Bullard and John Ledger with him, and also Southern E Motorsports has a second team, and that's William Corinne, Greg Stone, Pittman, and Woodrum. You know, it's good to have those affiliated groups, especially with a field as large as what we will be when we go in our season in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see if they will work as actual teams or work just as sister teams. We'll see how that'll play out when we get to the big race. Like there, Justin Lewis on the number 7 machine going up to the outside. He'll try to get a run going there.
Solid push by Jordan Fisher behind Jeff Naren there.
Yeah, that inside line is just running away with it right now. They're just powering away at this front of the field here, giving Naren everything he needs. That outside line picked up a lot of cars though, but we'll see how good of a pusher the number 16 of Paleschi is.
Yeah, Jordan Fisher is unaffiliated. He's not with any particular team, but if I was a team owner, I would think I'd be looking at that driver to recruit.
Yeah, the Privateers, they don't have a lot to lose, but they don't have a lot to prove either, especially Justin Lewis. He goes to the lead with that inside line. Take a look at the number 39 there, or the 16 of Paleschi, almost hung out to dry there. Got right back up in line, and he's going to try to go down to the inside, clears himself, gets the position, and now to the lead, it's Andrew Paleschi. Wow, 2 lead changes and 1 back straightaway.
Austin Call and the 18 is on that outside line. He's leading there with the 46 of Jeremy Brown behind him.
Fight night for Jeremy Brown.
Yeah, we're 3 wide for a moment there in the back.
See if that outside line can find anybody else. And caught up in that wreck earlier was the 22 of Ty Bostic. He finds himself in 8th now after getting involved in that wreck.
And Ty Bostic also with Southern E Motorsports. You know, we're seeing a lot of new paint schemes this season already. New sponsors,
really
new paint
good-looking
schemes.
ones.
Yeah, great schemes.
See the 08 at Pittman there. I believe that's inspired by Dale Jr.'s National Guard scheme. I think the 54 of Watts is one of Dale Sr. I believe that was the car he tried to run Daytona with, 24 Hours of Daytona. A lot of good paint schemes in here, so we'll see if any of these will be running the 500, if there'll be special 500 schemes. Be interesting to see, but looking back up in front here, there's a number 46 machine. We talked about him just a minute ago, Jeremy Brown, trying to get this outside run started, but look how far back they've fallen. They have a lot of ground to make up.
Yeah, the outside line just does not have everything collected together. The 45, the 46 there, nose to tail.
A lot of people bailing on that outside. Swope in the 33. Whoa, big run to the outside there. I believe that's Weaver.
Yeah, with balls out racing.
Van Nortwick, I'm sorry.
Oh, yep, Phil Van Nortwick, who was involved in that earlier incident. But through the magic of the iRacing elves, was able to recover and get out there with a solid car.
The top 5 as it sits, it is Lewis, Austin Call, Andrew Pileshi, Jeff Narin, and Jordan Fisher in the number 39. And listening to a lot of these guys, they are not running full throttle right now. They're trying to stretch that fuel window. We'll see if it'll work.
Right now, our lap leaders, Narin, Lewis, and Pileshi, who have put up that lead lap. Again, biggest gainers, Aaron Jackson up 11, Elliott Swope 11, Walker Thomas +6, Philip Van Nortwick, and Andrew Pileshi.
Swope and Van Nortwick now swapping positions for that top 10 spot. We'll see who will grab that, but that outside line, so much momentum lost there. Van Nortwick goes down to the bottom. That just leaves Jeremy Brown, leave Jordan Weaver, and Zach Lindgren on the outside line. Just 3 cars, and we may go single file all the way back here.
Yeah, that outside line just has not found a way to get around the track, and clearly what we've got here is nose to tail, single file for a good bit. One of the things we haven't talked about is that the new for 2026, Chevy has released a new version, just the Chevrolet, and that has been introduced this past week here on iRacing. We haven't really seen that car and how it behaves in the draft. This is our first time.
Yeah, a lot of people said they couldn't tell a difference when they first saw it, but upon closer look at tracks like Bowman Gray Stadium, you see that Chevy slanted that front nose down just a little bit, I guess to allow for better airflow. The Chevys last year were kind of very flat nosed, almost like the Fords were back in the 2010s. But interesting to see how Chevy's design will play out, not only in the real world, but in iRacing as well.
Absolutely. A little bit of grill changes, subtle differences, but we'll see how it all plays out.
Sideline trying to get a run again.
All right, Justin Lewis out in front with 1320 Enterprises. His teammate Andrew Pileshi back there in third, and Todd Merkel back at 18th. But Austin Call with United Motorsports is right there in the mix.
Go ahead and take a look at that outside line there. Looks like some SEM guys trying to get a run going. You see there's Bostic, Swope, Pittman, Ledger. A lot of good guys up there. We'll see if they can make that work, and Van Nortwick's going to try to lead that charge.
So far, so good here.
Still Justin Lewis up in front, doing a good job of leading so far, and an excellent move to get that lead. You see more of him. Usually a short track driver, we saw him do good at Wilkesboro last year in the All-Star race, tracks like Bristol and Martinsville. Good to see him up in front leading a super speedway race, and we'll see if he can execute this in the 500. Got Austin Call in tow alongside Andrew Pileshi, Jeff Narin, who was our leader and our pole sitter. He's fallen back to 4th. And Van Nortwick, I gotta say, he is determined to get that outside line going. Just somebody needs to take him up. He is doing everything he can to get a run going here.
He absolutely is. All right, still up front, Justin.
Get up front.
Say that again.
So Unite Motorsports there, you saw it just there. They're a little bit spread out there.
Yeah, yes. Again, Austin Call in second, but also Philip Van Nortwick has kind of fallen back. He's back there with David Watts, his teammate, in 16th and 17th. All right, so Austin Call finds himself in a 13:20 sandwich between Justin Lewis and Andrew Pileshi. Here at lap 22. You know, Nathan, no, I haven't done the math yet, but I'm thinking that we're getting close.
Yeah, I think that caution definitely slowed it down just a little bit. We'll see how this will play out. About, I would say, maybe 5 or 6 laps away from pit window, but a lot of teams here are really separated. So we'll see how that'll work. Will this whole inside line go? Will manufacturer teammates go? Will teammates go? It'll be interesting to find out.
Yeah, 13:20 is 1 and 3, but Todd Merkel is there in the back. First, the folks at Balls Out Racing, Jordan Weaver, he's currently sitting back in 8th. See where his teammates are. Teammate right now is for tonight's exhibition, just Walker Thomas. They're 8 and 9, so they're running together. Not a bad place to be if you're about to start getting ready for some pit stops.
No, absolutely not. You kind of want to start finding your teammates right now, even if you aren't close to them. Find where they are in this field. Kind of start spotting for them a little bit here. Be like, all right, we're going to go this lap or get on this line at this lap, and we're going to go. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys will take it. But right now, Balls Out Racing, they have the best position side by side here. We know how good these guys are. We'll see how that'll play out here.
Look in the back with Ty Bostic and his, a little bit of contact there with Bostic and Pittman. You got Jeff Nearin up in the front, but Ty Bostic is back there with John Ledger running 14th and 15th.
.26 to go. Coming down to the wire here. Regarding fuel, at least, still a long ways away from the end of this race.
A couple of battles we're watching, definitely Van Nortwick, Brown, and Swope. A lot of things happening so close we can barely keep up with all the graphics there. I don't know about you, Noah, but I've been a victim of this flu that's been going around this season. It has been terrible.
Yeah, I'm either on the front end of it or the back end of it right now. So thankfully, I've had some hot tea to help me out a little bit here. But thankfully, I'll be in hopefully better shape for the big race coming up next weekend, or next week. We'll need a lot better shape.
All right, back up front, Justin Lewis continues to lead. Austin Call in second. Andrew Pileshi in third.
We are officially halfway there. Some of these guys have fueled, maybe living on a prayer. We will see. I don't quite know when these guys are going to start coming down for fuel. We saw the fuel window about 28-something laps, 28 laps in, 30 laps in. We're going to see. We're on lap 27 now. So about a lap away from that fuel window officially opening up.
All right, here we go. First drivers on pit road. This is 1320, Austin Call, United, Jordan Fisher, Andrew Pileshi. 4 drivers in right now for their pit stop.
Aaron back up to the front here. It's going to start to get interesting.
Absolutely. This is a one-stop race. We did see someone take right side tires. I think that was the 39. But they are out. And as you stated, Jeff Narron finds himself back up in the lead with a little bit of a challenge to the outside there.
Yeah, I think now that you've seen some cars start to peel off, you're now going to see that outside line start making a run for it, and they might get it. Van Norwick to the lead now. Contact between Ledger and Narron. A little bit of a light tap there, trading paint, nothing too big. They keep it straight, and we keep it green.
And those are teammates together there, Jeff Narron and John Ledger, all part of Southern E Motorsports.
Good run for those guys tonight, too. Both of those teams are... A lot of them got caught up in that wreck earlier on. They've kind of found each other's way back up to the front. We'll see if a caution will come out and get this field kind of back together. And cars starting to peel off again.
Yeah,
because the Balls Out Racing team.
Yep, absolutely. The Balls Out Racing team, as well as Jeremy Brown with Elite and Zach Lindgren, all find themselves on pit road.
Just about 20 to go here. Next time by will be 20 laps to go. Pretty much that's the last string of cars trying to hold out as long as they can. Surely either the next lap or in the next, I would say within the next 3, you have to come down pit road. I think it's about getting there.
Oh, here we go.
The
balance of the field
Wow.
makes their way down onto pit road.
Yeah, that's pretty much everybody coming down pit road here. Going to have a packed house.
Got some extended times on pit road for Jeremy Brown and Walker Thomas. They were in for almost a minute there.
Possibly some speeding penalties on pit road, maybe.
Yeah, not what you want to see here at Daytona.
No, not at all. So everybody just taking fuel.
Yep, splash or fill it up and go. All right, with that puts John Ledger up at the point.
The number 19 monster Bad Apple machine. A lot of cars barreling down on him there.
Feel for we're really not that spread out, just because we broke this up the way we did. These drivers not as spread out over this track, which is good for them. But that 19 of Ledger's really needs to get someone behind him because he just doesn't have the pull of what's in front or the push from behind.
Yeah, farthest car was about 42 seconds back now. That's Brown in the number 42 machine, or 45 machine, excuse me. Is Pileshi, Fisher, and Lewis up in front. These guys are no stranger to it.
All right, just 19 laps to go here in our first exhibition race of the 2026 season. Again, we are super happy that you tuned in, and if you haven't already, if you could take a chance to maybe like and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube, we'll keep you up to date. This league does follow the NASCAR schedule. We just do it slightly after. So if you watch the race on Sunday and you want to see it happen here in the simulation here on iRacing, we'll be here each and every Wednesday night through the entire season. And we'll follow the same rules, the same chase, and crown a champion.
And if you are tuning in from the actual clash, no rain here, just some moonlight and some fast cars running about 190 miles an hour, just a little bit faster than Bowman Gray. A lot of pushing up in front there. Alessi, Fisher, and Lewis all nose to nose. That's going to invite Austin Call. Ledger is giving that SEM crew everything he's got. They are 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way through the back there. If we have a car slow on the apron, Zach Lindgren coming down pit road.
That's the 85 of Lindgren. Not sure what happened with the 85.
They have blown up.
That is quite
any
possible.
audio. Yeah, not hearing any engine audio on the 85.
Nope, there's no lights on that dash. That means
wow,
he is not under power.
I believe he pitted, so he may not. Yeah, I don't think he's out of fuel. If he did make it last that long, that's impressive. Just couldn't quite get it.
Yep, he is back under power, though. That's a positive thing for him.
They have run out of fuel.
They have, and he's back underway.
This second pack here is just about, I would say, 5 or 6 seconds back. I think the gap is now 3 seconds back between Jeremy Brown and John Ledger. We'll see if these guys can get their way back up to the front here, try to catch his leading pack, because we have an outside line forming. Led by Jordan Fisher.
That is going to actually help out that second pack for sure.
Yep.
That will give them the advantage. If they can hold it together, stay nose to tail, they will catch up to this front group.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see if you're that lead pack. Looks like John Ledger may have some issues. He drops to the back of that field, may have had to check up or something there. But leading that pack now is Jeff Nairn. It is Ty Bostic, Ryan Pittman, Aaron Jackson, Phil Van Nortwick, and John Ledger in that second pack trying to catch up. But that's exactly what you want to see through those guys. You want to see these guys fighting for position, going 2 by 2. They're really close quarters racing here. A little bit of a bump there from the 46 to the 1. It is getting dicey.
On board with Justin Lewis here. See that graphic off on the lower left-hand side? That really gives us a lot of information about Justin Lewis's night. He's been as high as up in front at P1. He's dropped back to P16, so that's 15 laps. And you can see where he's actually pitted.
Good run for Lewis tonight, led about 15 laps here, but he has victory pretty much in his sights here if he can keep it going.
Solid performance. Now Jordan Fisher is scored up in front. That lap leader chart continues to grow, Noah.
Yeah, it's getting farther and farther as they go back single file. I think that's what these guys want to see. I believe that's the 2 of Todd Merkel coming back onto the racing surface. That's not what those guys who just went to the outside want to see.
Oh, wreck! They're wrecking up in front there.
Oh, Lewis, oh my goodness, that's going to change things up dramatically. Justin Lewis goes around, he'll go back onto the apron, and he's going off-roading.
Absolutely.
45 of Brown there as well. Wow.
All right, our
Did not expect that.
Second caution has flown. Let's go back and take a look and see just what happened to that 7 of Justin Lewis.
Very odd wreck there. Let's go back and see what happened here. So you can see they were already getting dicey a couple laps before this. See, there's Lewis on the inside.
Got the 18 of Austin Call behind.
Oh, yeah, that lap car, I think, kind of jumbled these guys up just a little bit. Tries to cut back down low. I think that, yeah, they both had the same idea.
The 39.
Try to go down low.
Ugh.
Ooh. Yeah, unfortunate for Justin Lewis, having such a good night.
Well, as we said, it's going to jumble this field up as we figure out who is where. I think it's either Walker Thomas or I think Walker Thomas will wind up being the lucky dog.
I believe so. Let me see. Yes, he is the first car lap down, so he will get it. There's only 4 cars that are 1 lap down. That is Walker Thomas, David Watts, Zach Lindgren, and Jeremy Brown. Everyone else, Todd Merkel, Jared Wisham, and Corinne Yarnell and Stone, all out of this race. And all lap cars get the wave around, actually.
Oh, there you go. All right, number of drivers on pit road: Lewis, Ledger, and Elliott Swope on pit road at this moment. We thank you for tuning in to the IWM broadcast of the IWM Cup Series here this year in 2026. Again, tonight is an exhibition event in anticipation of the start of the season in 2 weeks here at Daytona.
Yeah, a lot of returning faces here, some new faces, some new paint schemes onto the scene. Really exciting to see this preview here for the big show coming up next Wednesday night. And we will have an even bigger field.
Yeah, 40 plus drivers for our series. Lots of new drivers, lots of new teams. Should be a fun event and a fun season.
Gearing up to be a good one.
All right, right now I've got Jordan Fisher in the 39 out in front with just 10 laps to go in what's becoming a shootout here in this exhibition event.
Look back up front here. It's Jordan. Top 5 as of right now is Jordan Fisher, Andrew Pileshi, Austin Call, Jeff Nairn, and Ty Bostic. So a lot of good cars up in front here. 18. I think the 18, so I think we can call him the most consistent car tonight. He's been up front pretty much every run.
So far, we have had 2 cautions for 6 laps so far, with 7 lead changes in this event.
A really good racecraft by these guys. Good job keeping it clean and everything. Just a couple unfortunate miscommunications, but that's racing.
All right, 10 laps to go. 9 at the line to crown a champion for tonight's exhibition event. Just bragging rights, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, I think just waiting on pace car to go lights off, which it is. Here we go. Down the Daytona Super Stretch. So it'll be Fisher up in front. Paleshi, Call, Narin, Bostic, your top 5. Going down through the rest of this list, it's Ryan Pittman in 6th, Andrew J. Jackson, Aaron J. Jackson in 7th, Philip Van Nortwick in 8th, Pete Woodrum in 9th, and Jordan Weaver rounds out the top 10.
All right, as the drivers come off of turn 4 and head towards the start-finish line, the pace car will drop off.
Here we go. Back through the United Rentals restart zone. Just about ready to settle it here. 8 laps to go here at Daytona. Green flag back out in the air.
I expect it's going to get pretty dicey here as we work these last few laps.
Oh yeah. These guys are hungry. Even though it's just an exhibition race, that should show you what it really is a good preview of what's coming up this season with these. I mean, this is an exhibition race. You see how hard these guys are racing. They want it bad and just ready
right
to show
there,
how
spinning.
it's going to be. There we go. Oh! The 27 of Lewis going around. This Pittman, Call, Lindgren almost involved in it. A lot of good cars in that one.
Caution's out for the 3rd time.
Like the 08 is done. Well, that certainly turned things on its head.
Yep, let's try to go back and figure out just what happened there.
Let's see here. So already a lot of moving around going on here. That outside line, that's the best it's looked all night. Let's see here. Goes down low, just no room.
Yeah, no room.
It's not clear.
And unfortunately, up at the front, that a lot of race cars were involved and caught up in this mess.
Yeah. Take a look at the one machine there back there. What a save. Keep that car going. Just a big stack up there. Lewis involved, Ledger down there, Merkel.
Yep, pretty much the majority of the field. That's unfortunate for the 27 of Jeff Nairn. He has been up at the point for a good bit of this whole event.
Yeah. Just talked about the 18 machine there as well. Austin Call was looking really good. Just got some damage there. It looks like he is coming down pit road. The 08 of Pittman was unfortunately heavily damaged in that wreck. He may be out for the night. So that right front was not rolling. Coming back down here, so we'll see. A lot of guys coming down pit road for fuel. Just trying to make one last flat out run. Call is back out. Nairn is back out. Lindgren, Weaver, Watts, Woodrum, pretty much everybody not up in this top 5 came down pit road. We'll see here. Pace car lights may go off this time by. And it looks like, nope, we'll do one more. Nope, pace car lights are off. So we will go green this time by in about a 5-lap shootout here. So it looks like it'll be Paleshi, Fisher, Bostic, Jeremy Brown, Jared Wishin, John Ledger, Pete Woodrum, David Watts, Jeff Narin, and Jordan Weaver. That rounds out your top 10. And if we've seen anything, okay, the last couple of laps, anybody has a chance to win this one.
You know, I sat here talking to myself, going through that same top 10 and realized that I had turned my mic off.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. Again, you know, getting back up to speed.
Yeah, working through the kinks tonight.
Lots of those. All right, here we go. Pace car drops off the racing surface. Andrew Paleshi heads to the line.
Here we go. We are back to green. Drivers already getting out of line. But a 4-lap shootout, 5-lap shootout. And it's going to be chaos.
All eyes on Jordan Weaver and Andrew Paleshi. They're already a little bit of contact there already with the 87.
So much moving going on in this field now. You can see Fisher drops to the inside. That's Jeremy Brown on the outside. Ledger back up in front. He's going to drop down low. Big move there from Jeremy Brown. What a block. He made it work.
Oh, jeez.
And we'll see if that outside line can get back going. 3 wide in the back there.
John Ledger to the outside. Got a good push by David Watts behind him with Jeff Narin there as well, as that outside line tries to get something going here. 3 wide back in the pack.
Wow. 3 wide racing for the last 3 laps. Sign me up. This is going to be interesting. Look at Jeff Narin on the outside there trying to make a charge. Oh, and we are wrecking.
Big wreck.
Big wreck at Daytona.
Oh, with just a handful of laps left, these guys wrecking out.
David Watts, Austin Call, Jeff Narin, Todd Merkel. Bostic is heavily involved in that one. He is crab walking off turn 4. Swope got through that one clean.
Yeah, Watts, Narin, Call,
Wow.
Bostic, all involved. Take a look at this replay. Again, 3 wide here.
He's got 3 wide there. Watts
Oh, there it is, a
goes around
24
first,
and the
and that's the chain
54.
reaction.
Yep, 24 and down in front. Fortunately, that amount of blockage is going to collect all those drivers.
Look at the hit for Call there in the 18. Huge hit.
We can go back and try to watch that replay from inside the 18 there of Austin Call.
See here, good ride along there, going good. Boom, hard hit.
Major damage to that car. You can hear the misfire and the damage to that engine. All right. Well, we're under caution here. The fourth caution of the night. Number of drivers involved in a pretty substantial wreck here. When we were 2 and 3 wide back in the back, but looks like we'll try to gather this back up and try to get this event underway here. We will use a green-white checker on this restart.
Right, and as you saw earlier, we get 3. So hopefully we'll only have to use one of them. Hopefully.
All right, still Jeff Nairn, Bostic, Aaron Jackson, Austin Call still on pit road, trying to get some repairs made on those cars. Again, when this series is underway, we will wind up. There are no quick repairs in our regular season, so pretty much as Noah had alluded to in the pre-race, if you break it, you own it. You know, this is you've got to really take care of your equipment, or you're going to find yourself out of the race relatively quickly.
Yeah, you're going to have to find your way to the front quick. You got to put yourself in a position to win, just as Richard Petty said. We'll see if Brown has done that, if Fisher's done that. We'll see. Still 2 laps to get it done here when we go back green.
Yeah, unfortunately, the 18 of Austin Call is showing a meatball. He's got substantial damage. He will not be able to continue here.
Unfortunate. Had a great run going, too.
Well, a good preview of what we could come to expect of this great racing in just 2 weeks.
Looking forward to it.
All right, lights are off on top of our pace car.
Ready to go back green. Just one more pace lap until we get, hopefully, our final green-white checker. First and final green-white checker.
All right, our eyes are on Jeremy Brown up in front. As this field begins to form up, he's got Jordan Fisher right there to the inside. Now, he's got a teammate back there in that second row, I thought, or close by. That's Jared Wishin in the 23.
Yeah, been a good run. Bit of a quiet run for him today as well. We'll see how he'll do coming back to green here when we do go back green, but quiet run for Wishin. We've seen that black Toyota dipping in and out of the top 10, top 5 here. And very fitting it's been a quiet night for him in that stealth black looking machine.
All right, pace car's going to drop off, and Jeremy Brown will be in charge of this green-white checker restart here. Again, the rules: make it around clean, green under green. The white flag will come out, and whatever happens, happens at that point as they race to the checker.
Here we go. 2 laps to go, already fanning out a little bit here. Nobody really knows where to go right here. Contact between Fisher and the 23.
Oh, a little bit of blinking behind that 17 to the outside there. Exactly. That's the Pete Woodrum car. Numbers not matching. That's the nature of the beast on these early races.
Certainly is. All right. Coming to the white flag. It is Fisher, Pileshi, Woodrum, Ledger. That's your top 5. Outside line going to do anything they can to get one more shot at it. Here we go.
White flag flies. This is it. Doesn't matter if they wreck or not. Whoever crosses that start-finish line is your winner. Jordan Fisher finds himself out in front, but in second place, Andrew Pileshi. If you had to pick a spot to be in, I kind of like that second position.
Exactly where you want to be. Here they come off of turn 4. Final time around. Will Pileshi make a move? Yes, he will. Contact for the lead. Around goes Fisher. That's going to open the door for John Ledger, and John Ledger will win the exhibition race here at Daytona from out of nowhere. What a finish.
Be in the right
here
place
at Daytona
at the right time. The 19 of John Ledger finds himself out in front as the leaders collect themselves.
Wow. What a finish. Let's go back and take a look there. What a finish for John Ledger and the number 19 Monster Bad Apple machine. Did everything he had to do,
Bear with us,
and he got it done.
Figure this out. Let's find that 39 here. And focus on this. See that contact, the 87 right there was also very close. That's Pete Woodrum right there behind Andrew Pileshi. One of the things you have to be very careful about is pushing that car that's pushing the leader or the car in front. Easy to get out of shape.
Yeah, take a look there. There's Fisher. Just tries to go up. Thought he had room. Unfortunately, just could not get there. That collects Woodrum. Take a look at John Ledger here. Wow.
Slips right there under the 87 of Pete Woodrum.
Yeah, didn't even go under the double yellow.
Good move
what
by
a
the
pass.
19. Absolutely.
Unbelievable finish from out of nowhere. John Ledger for SEM will win it here tonight at Daytona.
All right, let's look at our podium here. All right, P1, Jeff Narin wins this race. Justin Lewis will finish in second, and Jordan Fisher will finish in the second place position.
Is that qualifying, or I think that may be qualifying results?
Shows podium. But you're right, that may not be correct.
Yeah.
That's incorrect.
Yeah, I think on stream here it shows top 3 in qualifying. But going back, I have it pulled up here. It is John Ledger and the number 19 pulling off the win here tonight. It is Aaron Jackson in second, and Jeremy Brown rounds out your top 3. That is your podium for tonight's exhibition race. There we go.
There we go. Again,
17 spots. Wow.
All right. Again, fun with new graphics. There you go. There's your podium finish for our drivers, and we do have drivers in the room. Let's go ahead and bring in Jeremy Brown into the broadcast. Jeremy, welcome to the broadcast. Congratulations on your podium finish.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I think it's my first trip up here with you guys.
Well, it doesn't hurt to start the season out this way. That's great. Good to talk with you. Tell us, of course, it's an exhibition race, but tell us a little about what you saw tonight.
I'd say that just from what we've learned tonight is the bottom line is dominant, especially on a short run. I picked the top that last restart just so I could get Jared behind me, my teammate, and we didn't go anywhere. And we had several of us lined up just pushing, 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 and the bottom line just drove right by us. So that's definitely something to keep in mind here in a couple of weeks when we go at it for real.
Absolutely, yeah. We saw that outside line just was not able to build the momentum, even with good pushing.
Yeah, I mean, you can't ask for a better pusher than Jared Rashawn, and we just weren't going anywhere.
Well, good information. Any quick shout-outs tonight?
Yeah, yeah, my pusher that last couple laps, Jared, and all the guys at Elite Motorsports, they're a great bunch of guys, and Elite Designs for being on the car, and hopefully we'll get up here to talk to y'all a whole lot more this year.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Congratulations on your podium finish, and good luck in the season.
Alrighty, thank you. Y'all have a good week.
Got it. That's Jeremy Brown finishing here in third, and with that, we'll bring in Aaron Jackson into the booth. Aaron Jackson finished in second place. Aaron, congratulations on your podium finish.
I just used all my luck for Daytona. I'm done.
Well, hopefully you learned a little bit about what to expect in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I learned that the top lane is terrible.
Yeah, we were shocked.
You cannot get a run at the top lane at all.
And Noah and I were saying the same thing in the broadcast. We were really shocked.
Yeah.
Aaron, you kind of came from out of nowhere there, coming from 19th to finish second there, coming to that white flag. Tell us about what you saw there and how you got your way through this wreck.
Well, honestly, I thought I had trapped myself on the bottom, and I thought I was screwed. And then the top lane died like it did early in the race, and was able to work up, in front of that top lane. And then apparently somebody blocked in front and just got lucky and going low and getting around everything. But again, that top lane, there's no top lane almost, it seems like, and that kind of sucks for the racing.
Yeah. That'll definitely make things challenging over the next week. We never know if there's an update, but yeah, it was definitely a challenge. It also appears, Aaron, you got to be awarded the hard charger for the event. You picked up 17 positions over your start.
Yeah, that wasn't intentional. My force feedback was acting a little funky, so I rebooted the session and didn't qualify. I was going to qualify, but my force feedback was a little weird, so I ended up starting in the back. Oh. But yeah, got lucky. Didn't have to use a fast repair. I actually just did all the repairs for little things during the race, and got lucky at the end.
All right. Well, congratulations on that, and good luck. Any shout-outs tonight?
The rest of my team, wherever they are, and then my mom always comes and watches the broadcast every week. I think she's watching this week, so always her and my dad, because for supporting me, and the league, obviously, and Elliot for all he does with the league, and you guys with the broadcast, of course.
Well, you got it. Congratulations, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. All
right, sounds great. Thanks, guys.
Got it. That's Aaron Jackson finishing here in second, and with that, we'll bring in your winner. John Ledger with Southern Union Motorsports takes the win here in the opening exhibition event here in the IWM Cup Series. John, man, it's sometimes it's good to be all about position there.
Sometimes it's just pure luck. You flip a coin at Daytona, and you might finish in first. You might finish 10 laps down.
Well, congratulations on that. I just want to let you know that you did have the fastest lap of the event here.
Well, that's always a good thing, being the fastest person for the one lap that matters.
That's all that matters. But congratulations on the win. Tell us a little bit what you saw coming to the line where all that action happened in front at the end.
Yeah, I was actually committed to pushing Pete to the win, and saw them start to get a little blocky, end of super speedway races. Got to expect it, and saw Pete get collected, saw clean air, and just went for it.
Well, congratulations on that. Go ahead, Noah.
Yeah, obviously, a very chaotic race for you there. Started fourth, finished fourth. Not only a hot new paint scheme, but a really hot car, just fighting your way up to the front there. You led the lap that mattered. Did you think you had a chance to win it there coming to that checkered flag?
I mean, I'd say the top probably 10 probably had a chance to win it coming, down the backstretch. The new Camaro nose pushed a lot different than the old one, so that took a lot of getting used to for a lot of guys. The side draft wasn't as prevalent, and it definitely felt like the outside didn't work as well as it used to.
Very interesting. Yeah, hopefully they'll see if there's some changes that iRacing can make. Who knows? This may just be what we see in the regular season.
It should be a fun one though. Like, it felt fine pushing. Like, once I got used to the changes up the front end and everything, like I was able to side draft a bit. I think after that second or third caution where I was running up front with everyone, and David was pushing me, so like that was neat to see how that would affect everything. But yeah, if you didn't have 4 or 5 cars with you on the outside, you were going nowhere.
Gotcha. All right. Well, again, congratulations. Any shout outs tonight?
Yeah, definitely got to shout out my girl because she's watching. She loves to watch me race. Got to shout out my parents. Obviously, you and Noah here in the booth. IWM as a whole, like, wouldn't be able to do this without you guys.
We appreciate that. All right, folks, that's the wrap up of our event here in our exhibition with the IWM Cup Series here at Daytona. Noah, any parting words tonight? Any thoughts?
I mean, if that's just a preview to how the big race is going to be, I am excited for this season to get officially underway with the 250. Just really good racing tonight. Couple incidents there, but I definitely think these guys they know what to do. A lot of guys have done this before. Really, really excited to see how this upcoming season goes.
Absolutely. All right, for Noah and myself, we congratulate John Ledger on the win tonight here in the exhibition race here at Daytona, and we will be back tomorrow night with the duels for the INRS Racing Series. That is our Thursday night broadcast, and then we'll pick up next week with their Thursday night broadcast and for their Daytona 250. And then following that, we will kick off the IWM Cup Series event Wednesday, the following, right? I think that's the 18th if I have my calendar together here. Yes, it is. We'll kick off the IWM Series on Wednesday, February 18th for the 2026 season. So for Noah and myself, we thank you so much for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you on the 18th. Good night, folks.